Bam, I love that sound. Recording is officially in progress. And today, loves, we're going to jump into Matthew. We are going to be talking about the oil in your lamp. How many of you are familiar with the parable about the 10 virgins and the oil and the lamp and the bridegroom? So let's go ahead and get into it. And then afterwards, get ready because then I will be sending you into your fire breakthrough rooms. All right, so let me go ahead and share now. Here we go. All right, so I'll be reading the book of Matthew, chapter 25. I'm going to read verses 1 through 13, and I'll be reading from the New International Version. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're talking about the parable of the 10 virgins. Let's get into it. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil with them. The wise ones, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. Now, I want you to notice right here, early on in the scripture, we're dividing the virgins into groups. They're divided into what? The wise and the foolish. Or in layman's terms, we can say they're also being divided into the prepared and the unprepared. Stay with me now. Verse 5, the bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. I want you to think about your vision for your business and your goals, your financial dreams, your relationship dreams, your health goals. You see, in verse 5 here, we see that the bridegroom was a long time in coming, and so the virgins fell asleep. You know, it's interesting because a lot of us have visions and we have goals, and we want that immediate gratification. We want it like, right now, right now. We want to give birth to our dreams. But here's the deal. Even back then, you know, a groom would be engaged to a woman. Sometimes this groom would go off for a year to build a house just to get prepared for this bride. They didn't have FaceTime back then. So the bride just had to sit back and wait and to sit and wait unblemished without a wrinkle because she knew not the time, nor the hour, nor the day in which her groom would be returning so they can go off and get married. All right, stay with me. But then in verse 6, we see that at midnight, the cry rang out. Here's the bridegroom. Come out to meet him. And then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, give us some of your oil. Our lamps are going out. Oh, 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 oh. I tell you, verse 7 should strike a chord with most of you. Verse 7 should release 7, 8, and 9 should release most of you. Because see, some of you would turn around and be like, here you go. Because you know you got these helping hearts. You want to help everybody. Some of you, I asked you, I said, hey, in your coaching business, in your presentations, in your businesses, who do you want to help? You know what a lot of you say? I want to help everybody. No, you don't. 9 billion people on this planet. Listen, all energies don't mix for one. 2, you're not qualified to help all 9 billion, right? And then 3, how selfish it would be for you to not leave some good work for the rest of us. We want purpose too. So no, you're not here to help everyone. So some of you will give them, just give it away. Like how some of you are just giving away your services for free. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Here's my free, here's a year of free coaching. Yes, here you go. I'm going to come and just speak to your company for years for free. Here you go. Yes, I'll continue to support you and you don't have to do anything. Let's keep going. So again, verse 8, The foolish one said to the wise, because that's what people do. When you're stacking your money, when you're up top, people come and say, hey, help me, help me. But there is a way to help. You don't just give them the oil. The foolish one said to the wise, give us some of your oil. Our lamps are going out. In number 9, verse 9, no. Say it with me, y'all. No. Because some of you need to get more confident and just start stacking up your immunity to just saying yes all the time. Build up your immunity to always saying yes. Practice a good thunderous no. No, they replied. Remember, these are the wise virgins. No, they replied. There may not be enough for both of us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil, and buy some for yourselves. That's what we did. Listen, this is what I want you to remember. You can't just give away your strategies. You can't just give away your anointing. People have to earn it. They got to go through their own journey. And see, sometimes people call us and they're like, hey, listen, I got this problem with my kids, and I got these problems with my man, and I got these problems with my business. And then you just give away your strategies. One, here is what I want you to remember. People don't pay attention to free. For some reason, we equate free with cheap. And so a lot of the times, even though we're giving sound advice to these wonderful people who are calling us up, it's going in one ear and out the other because they have no skin in the game. I need for you to devise a strategy, and we talked about it last week, in which you can create a situation where they can have some skin in the game. If you missed last week, you missed a treat, make sure you go into YouTube and you watch that, because we talked about some ways that you can help people the right way. All right. So they said, no, go and buy some oil. Go and find somebody who's selling it and buy some for yourselves. Then in verse 10, but while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. Oh my goodness. And the virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Here's what I want you to get out of verse 10. Your blessings don't always come when it's convenient for you. Your blessings don't always arrive when it's convenient for you. You could be worn out. You could be tired. You could be in the middle of a crisis, and all of a sudden, here your blessing comes, and you're not ready. You're not prepared. You see, 5 of them wasn't ready when their blessing arrived. 5 of them, they were absolutely ready to receive their blessings. How many of you know that opportunity is not always convenient? Let me tell you, there's been some coaching programs that I wanted to join. 25K, 50K coaching programs in which I knew would absolutely change the game for me. But I didn't have 25K. I didn't have 50K. I mean, I got really resourceful, but I just didn't have it. I remember one time someone tried to sell me a car. They only wanted like $2,000 for the car. The car had to be worth about 15K. I didn't even have 2K. I didn't have oil for my lamp. All right. And then another thing I want you to get out of this. So listen, clearly, the virgins were expecting the bridegroom to arrive when it was daylight. So I want you to remember that your blessings don't always come when you think it is going to come. They probably would think, well, you know what? I got enough oil in my lamp for right now. I know I didn't bring any extra oil, but I'm pretty sure that the bridegroom is going to come during the daytime, so I won't even need it anyway. Okay? Listen, if you always stay ready, you won't have to get ready. So let's go to verse 10 again. But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. The opportunity was gone. Later, in verse 11, later the others also came. Lord, Lord, they said, open the door for us, please. But he replied, truly I tell you, I don't know you. Verse 13, therefore keep watch, because you do not know the what? You do not know the day or the hour. This has been the reading of Matthew 25, verses 1 through 13, the New International Version. So what are you saying to me, Coach Queen? Why did you start us off with this verse? I want to remind you to keep your lamp lit for those unannounced moments. Keep your lamp lit, my loves. And so today we're going to talk about some systems that you can start leveraging right now so that when your ideal client comes, when that $1 million offer comes, when that opportunity comes, you're like, listen, I am ready. My lamp is lit and I got a surplus of oil as well. You guys with me? Vibe chat. You with me? Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. Let's see. Okay, great. Now, bookmark this moment, bookmark this spot. For those of you, if it is your first time with us here doing Kingdom Business, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. I want to recognize our first timers. If this is your second time with us and you're back, put a 2 in the chat. And if we're stuck with you, like Sandra's probably already gonna, there she goes, Sandra, you're on it. Put family in the chat if you're always here. Let me put my glasses on so I can see you. Okay, yes. Okay, good. We got a few first timers here. No, we don't. Sandra, Destiny, this is not your first time with us. You were saying 1 because vibe check, right? Sandra, family, yes. Miracle, 2, yes, you're back. Welcome back, Miracle. Kayla, first time, welcome, Kayla. Chelsea, you're back. Yes, wonderful. Okay, now, listen. I want to talk to you about your systems. I want to talk to you about some things that you can leverage right now while you're waiting. Because some of you right now, you're stuck in between broken hope. You're like, listen, I got these $1 million dreams, but I got like negative $2 in my bank account. So what can I do now? How can I keep my lamp lit and have a surplus when I don't even have the money that I need to launch my business right now? And this is going to be perfect for those of you, especially those of you that want to become motivational speakers, life coaches, or just in your entrepreneurial journey point blank, because a lot of you are female founders, right? A lot of you want to create that first generational wealth for your family, correct? Put a yes in the chat if I'm correct. So I want you to start thinking about ways in which you can prepare now. Yes, thank you, Kayla. I want you to start thinking about ways in which you can prepare now, because here's the bottom line. You have to build your ark before it rains. You can't go to the interview and then say, hold on, let me go and type up my resume, right? It's just not how it works. You can't move into the house and then buy the house. That's backwards. When I was in the military, and I'm going to clean it up because it was profane, but when I was in the military, we would say that's kind of like wiping your bum before you poop, right? And you can imagine how colorful it really is with the profanity. But you don't wipe your butt before you poop, do you? You don't do things backwards. So I want you to start getting in the mindset of how you can be prepared. Okay, so one of the things I need for you guys to do is go in, and I want you to start investigating something called CRM. Put in the chat what a CRM system is. What is a CRM? Charlie, Romeo, Mike, CRM. Anybody know what a CRM system is? Or unmute. You have unmute powers. Unmute and tell me what a CRM is. Customer relationship management. Yes, thank you, Janie. Thank you, Jacora. Yes, it is your customer relationship management system. This is going to be all a part of what's called your client acquisition process. You see, you need these things built in place before your client comes. Just like you need your vision in place before you receive your very first client or your next client, if you don't already have it in place. Your CRM, your client relationship management system, is that system, my loves, that you're going to build out so that when you meet people, when you connect with people, whether these people are just in your social circle, whether these people are a part of your resources, your peer network, or if these people are part of your potential clients, right? Or your clients, you need a client relationship management system. Now, there are a few CRM systems out there that you can use. I use Kajabi, Kajabi. And let me tell you, Kajabi is a system that you use when you know that you want to grow a mid-size or a large company. Some of you would do very well with Kajabi, but Kajabi, I will tell you, Kajabi is technologically overwhelming. There is a learning curve, but once you get it, you got it. How many of you know that it's hard before it gets easy? I mean, it's true with everything. It is hard before it gets easy. And if you have the patience and you have the discipline, I would tell you that Kajabi is really great because it's all inclusive. So let me give you an example of what your CRM system can do for you. Like right now, in a second, I'm going to send you guys into a breakthrough room so that you can connect with one another and you can connect on different topics that's going to propel you in your business journey. Now, some of you are going to meet somebody and you're going to say, wow, I see how we can fit into one another's vision for the future. It may be monetary, or it may just be a JV or just a collaboration, as in, listen, our services complement one another. Our services don't compete with one another. Like I have a Starbucks and you have a Barnes and Nobles. I would like to put my Starbucks in your Barnes and Nobles and we can borrow each other's clientele and complement one another. Then what you would need to do is take that person's name and you will put them in your CRM system. So that way you can follow up with them. Who's heard fortune is in the follow-up? We've all heard that, right? 1,000,001 times. But how many of you follow up? I want you to grade yourself using the chat. With 1 meaning, you don't follow up at all. Around a 3 meaning, you suck at follow up. You don't really know what to do, but you follow up sometimes. And a 10 meaning, you are great at following up. Put in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself on your ability to follow up. Who's following up? All right, Pastor Diane Owens, you give yourself a 5. That's pretty cool. Heidi, a 3. Yeah, a 9. Oh, get it. Hold up, I saw a 9. I love that. Yeah, so listen, Destiny and Chelsea give this, Destiny's at a 9. Chelsea is at a 7. When we go into those breakthrough rooms, you might want to ask them about some of their follow-up strategies. Now, Alex Hermosi, I can't remember. I've read so many sales books, but I want to credit it to Alex Hermosi. Who's heard of Alex Hermosi? Alex Hormozi is like Hormozi or XI or something like that. All right, Alex Hormozi. One of the things that he recommends as far as a follow-up is that when you're speaking with someone, make sure that you take notes, and your CRM system is going to help you with that, because you should not be using your mind as a filing cabinet. You need either a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, or a CRM system. In that CRM system, you will also include notes like, I met Queen. I know that Queen is plant-based. And so when you follow up, let's say you want to sell me on a fitness coaching package, right? But during our conversation, I made note of the fact that I'm into being plant-based. So what you can do is follow up without saying, hey, you said that you were going to buy this package and you didn't do it. You can follow up by using gifts. And you can send me an email and you'll say, hey, Queen, it was so great talking to you the other day. I just came across this article that says, here are 10 ways to go plant-based without worrying about protein. I thought it would be perfect for you. Here you go. And you give a gift. And when you send me that gift, you're following up and you're not in my face saying, hey, you said you was going to buy my coaching package and you didn't. So my point is that one of the ways you can follow up, and is a brilliant way to do it, is through gifts. And is a non-pushy way, is what I love about it. So, but with your CRM system, your client relationship management system, you will collect that person's, everybody who you meet should be in your CRM system. And for some of you, you may be saying, well, I don't really know anyone. Well, here's the deal. You got your iPhone or your Android. You have your old iPhones. You got all these people in your email address, all these people on your social media. It takes time, but you can sit there and you can plug all of them into an Excel sheet, and then you can convert it to a CSV sheet. Most CRM systems run off CSV sheets. You convert it, it's real easy to do, to a CSV sheet. You upload it into your CRM system, and then I guarantee you that your first or your next client is right there on your list, right there. How hard would it be to sell one person a 5K package or a 3K package or a 2K package? Listen, most of you, if you went to the mailbox right now and you got a $2,000 check sitting there waiting in the mail, you would be ecstatic. It would completely do a little bit for your life. A $2,000 check. You can create that for yourself. And then for those on the list that don't buy into your services, my loves, the only thing you have to do is use them for word of mouth. And then they will be the trigger that will bring you your next client. So I want you to think about your CRM system. Now, there is a site that I used to use for my CRM called Active Campaign. I love Active Campaign because Active Campaign was so all inclusive that it came with text messaging capability. Now, Active Campaign, one of the reasons why I left them as a CRM system is because they nickel and dime you. So my email list is 10,000 and upwards, right? But once you reach like 1,000 or 2,000, they want to charge you $500 for each additional 1,000 people. And your email list can grow quite rapidly, especially once you start learning the strategies. And so that can be nickel and diming you. So, but with Kajabi, I can have 20,000 and more, and they won't nickel and dime me. And I still pay the same, I believe it's like $197 a month. They do have like a $147 a month entry with Kajabi with like a 14-day free trial. When you come back, I'll drop a link in there for a 30-day free trial, but in the chat. But $147, and you can build your podcast before you are ready to launch a podcast. You could build it out. You could build your communities. How many of you want to build communities like the communities you're in now? You could build your masterminds. You can also go in and build your coaching programs. You can also go in and create landing pages. You don't have to go to GoDaddy or Bluehost every time you want to build a landing page. You can build it right there on Kajabi. So you could wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I want to sell my ebook for $47. You just go into Kajabi, build a quick and easy landing page with all its templates, and then you send it out to your email list. Do you know that you are supposed to make $1 a month for everyone that's on your email list? So that may very well be a realistic goal for most of you, to build your email list. When people come to me and they say, Queen, I'm broke, I'm starting from just nothing, I tell them to do two things. One, let's talk about a project that you can release. You need a project. If you're broke and you don't have a project, you're going to stay broke. That project could be a seminar. It could be a retreat. It could be a book. It could be a 2-hour workshop. You need a project. And the next thing we need to do is start building your email list. And when you build that email list, we need a place to house it. That is your CRM system, your client relationship management system. Some of you put in the chat, yes, if you want to launch like a 3-day workshop. Anybody have that in their heart to do a 3-day workshop? Okay, great. CRM on Jotforms for free. Thank you, Jacora. All right. Jakora put a recommendation in the chat. Anybody want to do like a 3-day workshop? Put me in the chat. Anybody have hopes of doing a workshop or a master? Okay, Christine. Okay, Jakora. All right, wonderful. Now let me tell you how your CRM system is going to save you. When you're doing your workshop, you're going to need a pre-nurturing email sequence. That means that you got to constantly stay in their face. So once someone registers for your workshop, next, they're going to go off and forget that they ever registered for your workshop. They will. So you have to remind them. And then there's a strategic way to remind them. You'll send them an email saying, hey, congratulations, you're in, your seat is reserved. You'll send them another email another day, letting them know who you are. Hey, let me tell you why I'm the right one to talk to you about whatever you're going to talk about in your workshop. You're going to send them another email saying we're 3 days away, and another one saying that we're getting started tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, you send them another email saying we're getting started in an hour. You have to constantly keep them warm if you want them to show up for your workshop. Then when the workshop starts, you need to send them a whole other set of email sequences. One will say, hey, thank you for showing up for day 1. And then on day 2, you got to set up another email that says, hey, listen, we're getting started in an hour. Then another email, thank you for showing up for day 2. Here's what you might have missed. And another email on day 3. And then after the workshop is over with, you got to set up a whole other set of emails. Thank you for coming. If you pitched from the stage and you made an offer, thank you. Here's a reminder. You have an opportunity to join my community or to join my coaching program or to buy this product that I'm selling, whatever it is, or these services. My point is that your CRM system, if it's good and it's all inclusive like Kajabi, and there are some other ones as well, you can sit today and you can build that entire funnel out today. You can go ahead and stack your extra oil today by doing these things. So that way, when the event happens, you do not reach something called workshop fatigue. Workshop fatigue is very real, my loves. Workshop fatigue is this: you trying to do and build everything day by day. And at the same time, you have to get on the mic and you have to present and you have to share and you have to teach and you have to be energetically aligned with your people. And then afterwards, imagine sitting back and having to type all of these emails. It will burn you out. That is why a lot of folks enter into this knowledge-based industry and they will do 1 or 2 workshops and they fizzle out. And it's bye-bye. And they won't come back. They burnt themselves out. So please, a CRM system. You can go to Honeybooks. Honeybooks is another one. But here's my recommendation. If you're going to select a CRM system, don't choose it for where you are now. Choose it for where you want to go. So a lot of the free CRM systems, they may just only house the person's email address, name, and maybe phone number, but you can't email them. Or you can email them, but you can't build landing pages. You can't build out your funnels on it. So I want for you to make sure you look for that. And in addition, for those of you that are somewhere in the business wellness coaching, if you know you're in the business sector, find out if the CRM system that you're using has an affiliate link. 9 times out of 10, because I am in the business sector, I am going to find a CRM system or any system or tool that I use. I want to know if they have affiliate services. I want to know if I can also get paid again for using their services, especially when I know that I am going to promote their service if it's a good thing. If it's a good thing, you're going to share it. So CRM system, I want you to put in your calendar, if you don't have a CRM system, I need for you to stack that extra oil, my loves, for those unannounced moments, and say that at least by Friday, you're going to commit to having a CRM system in place. All right. You guys with me so far? Put a 1 in the chat if you're with me. CRM system. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Jakora. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the next thing I need for you to do is to make sure that you have some type of scheduling software. Now, Powerhouses, you guys already got all that. You know it. Those of you that are in the Powerhouse program, you already have your scheduling software. But for those of you that don't, I want you to go in and look at Calendly. Calendly is a great scheduling software to use. There it is in the chat, calendly.com. I think it's like $14 a month. They may also have a 14-day free trial. But you want to have Calendly so that when you're meeting people and you're networking with folks, you can say, hey, here's my link. And when you have professional scheduling software, it eliminates all that back and forth. Think about it. Without having professional scheduling where, what's going to happen is if Kayla, for example, wants to get on my calendar, I got to look at my calendar and be like, is Tuesday good for you? And she'd be like, no, not Tuesday. Then I'm like, is Wednesday good for you? Wednesday at 3? And she said, well, I can't do Wednesday at 3, but I can do Wednesday at 4. And I'm like, well, I can't do Wednesday at 4. What about Thursday? You don't want to do all of that. You want to make it as simple as possible. You know what? How many of you are Amazon junkies? Like, I got the Amazon box coming like every day. And I love the fact that now sometimes I can order stuff at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, me too, Kayla. I can order something at 7 in the morning, and I'm telling you, at 1 p.m., it's like outside. Amazon is just that good. Now, one of the reasons why Amazon is so successful is because of their one-click option. Like Harvard University, all these schools have done studies on it. One click. It is so easy to stack your cart and get in and out. You want to have a one-click option for your people as well. So when you're using sites like Calendly, my loves, then you are making it easy for people to get on your calendar, because when they click on your link, they see all the available spots. They click one button, instantly you get email reminders, instantly you get text reminders, and they do as well. And even if they need to reschedule, they can do it with the click of a button without calling you to say, hey, I can't make it. Can we reschedule for another time? Look, your time is precious. And you really won't have time to do that. You may have time now, but eventually you won't. So please, CRM system. Next, make sure you have some type of scheduling software. Acuity is another one. Acuity is great. And I'll put the name in the chat. Put my glasses on so I can see. There's another great calendar scheduling software. It may be something like that, Acuity. And that one is really good, especially if you're building a team. All right. Now, the last thing I want to do is I want to encourage you to get your marketing systems out there. Some of you have a vision. It's pixelated. It's cloudy. But you kind of know what it is that you want to do. Like, you know the zip code. It may not be pinpoint, but you at least know the zip code of what it is that you want to do, right? I want you to consider putting your marketing out there before you're ready. And I know it's scary, but keep in mind, like I always tell you, the human race wants to succeed in what 3 sectors? Somebody unmute or either put it in the chat. What 3 sectors do the human race, no matter who you are, you want to succeed in these 3 sectors? Put it in the chat. What is it? And unmute if you are able and you know the answer. There we go. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Christine. Yes, no matter who you are and no matter who your client is, they want to succeed at health, wealth, and relationships, right? So that means that if you need help narrowing down what it is that you're called to do, your purpose, it is either going to fall in the health realms, the wealth realms, or the relationship realms. So that at least helps you to kind of know the general zip code of what it is that you want to do. Now, from that, as you're niching down, from that, you can go into sites like many of you found me on Eventbrite, some Facebook, Instagram, other marketing platforms. You can go in and create your marketing now. It will be general for the most part if you don't know pinpoint what it is that you want to do. But get it out there, my loves. Get it out there. Remember when I talked about that project that was a second ago? So you may say, I want to launch a 3-day workshop and I want to launch it in 60 days. Get your marketing out there now. Go ahead and post your marketing for it now so that you can start getting registrants. You can start getting people to sign up. For those of you that are starting off new in the knowledge-based business, one of the most powerful things you can do is build your email list. You need at least 1 to 2,000 people on your email list. If you don't have at least 1 to 2,000 people that you can invite to a 2-hour workshop or a 3-day workshop, that is something that you need to work on right now. And it does not take a lot of money to do that now. You can market organically, meaning that you don't pay for the ads, meaning that you may create an account on Eventbrite or Meetup, or just with your Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. I got a friend, I was in a nice peer consulting call this morning with a friend, and he is killing it getting clients using Twitter. And he helps lonely men to get girlfriends. It is crazy. And he's killing the game just using Twitter. And that's organic. He doesn't have to pay for it. So you can do it organically for free, or you can go into paid marketing. Now, let me say this, loves. If you are not willing to invest in your business, you do not have a business. You cannot rely on free. And a lot of the apps and services that you use that are free, they will only get you so far because they're limiting. They're free for a reason, or they are cheap for a reason. Eventually, you will need to open the door and come out and play with the big dogs. Now, with your marketing, let me give you a strategy of how you can use your marketing, because I already said that you don't have a business if you're not willing to invest. Some of you are going to run into an issue where you're going to have a great offer. I mean, a really great offer. But you're going to suffer because you're putting a great offer in front of the wrong people. Right now, most of you can sell your services for 5K or 10K. 5K coaching services, 10K coaching services, or 5K speaking services, or 10K speaking services. You just need a little help with your strategy. Most of you already have the confidence and the boldness to do it. You just need help with the strategy because you're concerned about how you can impact. Like, you want to get on stage and rock the mic, but you don't want it to fizzle. You want people to feel what it is that you say. You want to move them, right? You just need help with that. But you got 5K and 10K energy in you. You got that. But the problem is, some of you are going to market that to your organic leads. A lot of times the organic leads, the leads you didn't pay for, the leads who registered and came to your event because they like your head wrap and they saw it on Facebook and they just connected with you because of your head wrap. But they're not necessarily your ideal client. And because you use this organic, this free marketing, just posting here and there on your social media, is not targeted. So you did not attract your ideal client, your ideal audience. So you're just pitching to anybody who showed up and you don't know why they showed up. Paid marketing, we're switching from organic, which is your free marketing, to paid marketing. Paid marketing is more intentional. You're going to attract your ideal clients because you're going to use keywords in the paid marketing, and the paid marketing is going to go through the World Wide Web and create all these impressions and actually market to people who are using the same keywords that you're using, and it's going to attract you. And you're going to have the right people in front of you. So when you pitch these 5K and 10K offers, they're like, yes, sign me up. I'm used to investing in myself. Even when you're pitching your $47 or your $97 offers, it is the same thing. They will say, sign me up. I'm ready to invest in myself. What I've been doing ain't working. I need your help. Now, in order to do this, loves, you got to have some extra oil in your lamp. You got to have these systems built. You got to be prepared. Because right now, if somebody wants to give you 2K, are you prepared to receive them? Do you know what you would give them in exchange for 2K? You need to know a problem that you can solve for $97 that's in your wheelhouse of health, wealth, and relationships. A problem that you can solve for 2K, and at the minimum, a problem that you can solve for 5K. And I want you to think about that. What is a problem that I can solve for $97 for people who just can't figure out how to get 2K? And what's another problem I can solve for people for 2K? And another one for 5K. And it's not very difficult. Not very difficult at all. All right? So once you figure out the problem that you solve, then you go back and you build all your systems. So that way, when somebody comes to you with this problem, you're not just giving away all your oil for free. You're like the wise virgins. You're not just saying, hey, here's some oil. Take from me. You're not doing that. You have something that you can actually sell. All right? Okay. Now, I want to give you a formula. Now, for those of you that are like, listen, Queen, I'm broke. I understand what you're saying about the marketing piece, and it's very important. But next month, I want to make 20K. How many of you would love to make $20,000 in the next 30 days? It is so possible. Oh, my goodness. And it's such a beautiful feeling, my loves. You can make $20,000 in the next 30 days. Thank you, Kayla. But let me say this. The investment secures the results. You have to be willing to invest in your business. Let me give you an example of what it looks like. Now, everything that you do, my loves, you're going to make a decision. Yes, you're going to pray about it first, but then faith without work is dead, right? You got to put in some work. And that work is going to depend on your strategy, unique strategy. Here is a figure that you can start working with. 17.5%. Write that down. You see, most experts agree that you must funnel between 15 to 20% of your revenue into your marketing campaign consistently. Between 15 to 20% consistently. So what I use is an average. 17.5% is what I use just to be safe. 17.5% of my revenue automatically goes into marketing. Targeted marketing. I don't care if you experiment with $50. If you say all I got is $50 right now, that's good. Go in and create an ad with Facebook for $50. Make it targeted and keep it going. But you should consistently always have ads going, because marketing and sales is the bloodline of your business. You always have to keep visibility on your business. It don't make sense if you have all of these talents and you got all of this purpose and nobody knows that you exist. We need to put the spotlight on what you do, and we got to get it in front of the right people. So, for example, if you know that you want to make $20,000 next month, that means that you need to invest 17.5% of that into your marketing. For most of you, that means that you need to invest at least $3,000 in your marketing. And that will bring you 20K. And some of you are like, well, listen, $3,000 is a lot of money. Yeah, it is. But say me, if you would give somebody $3,000 if you knew they were going to give you $20,000 back. I don't see any me's in the chat. If you knew that giving someone $3,000 would mean that they're going to give you $20,000 back, who would do that? That sounds like a good deal to me. That's better than any, thank you, Miracle. Thank you, Kayla. That's better than any interest rate any bank will ever give you. The investment secures the results. Okay, now you may say, well, I don't have $3,000. That's fine. Let's play around with 5K. If you want to make 5K, you can invest somewhere between $500 and $800 in your marketing. And it will bring you back 5K. Now, here's the beauty of it. Because remember I said strategy? Here's the beauty of it. People are not logical buyers. They are emotional buyers. Emotional buyers. We're not logical buyers. Your marketing, your words, your copy that you use on your websites, that you use on your landing pages, the words that you use when you're pitching an offer. When those words are filled with emotional touch points, layman's terms. I'm talking about 4th to 12th grade language, not that supercalifragilistic expialidocious language that some of you try to use to sound like you got PhDs. Your people they don't relate to that. They want that 4th grade, everyday, common language. Stats show that most people communicate at a 4th grade level. So if you come in using that language, that PhD language, that uppityness is going to cost you your opportunity to serve them. It's going to cost you your opportunity to help. So here's the deal. Your copy, your marketing, it is supposed to do 80 to 90% of the sales work for you. Destiny, I should go into your landing page. Miracle, Kayla, Natasha, I should go into your landing page and read your landing page or whatever it is that you have out there that you're advertising, and it should touch me emotionally. And the more that it touches me emotionally, the more I'll be willing to buy. Because I'm like, she's my people. She's speaking my language. She understands my problems. And you're not exploiting them. You didn't create the problem. You're simply using the language to show that you understand their problem. And once you do that and you start working on your copy, my loves, this is what's going to happen. You'll find out that that same $500 that used to bring you back a return of $5K, because you tweaked your copy, that $500 in marketing is more powerful. And now it's bringing you back $7K or even $10K. So there are variables to this thing is what I'm saying. You guys with me? Okay, great. So my point is you have to get started and start playing around with paid advertising, not just that organic stuff. Because you just simply showing up on your Facebook and saying, hey, I got a workshop next month. I'd like for you to sign up. And then you come to me and you're like, Coach Queen, I advertise, but nobody registered. You don't know why the people on Facebook are following you. And some of you would do very well to create what's called sifting questions to find out why the people who are following you are following you. I had a client who had over 10,000 followers combined on her social media. She couldn't even sell them a pair of socks. Not even a pair of socks. She couldn't sell them anything because she had groomed them the wrong way. They were so used to just getting free. Most of you guys know that I sold my 2 vegan restaurants, right? And oh man, and then I'm with you, my loves. I'm fighting something too. Like, I'm just so doped up. I'm praying for you, Annette. Just, Lord Heavenly Father, please heal Annette. COVID-19, yes. And so the replay will be on YouTube, Annette, so no worries. So listen, loves, I want to get you into your breakthrough rooms, but I want you to work on your marketing strategy. I want you to figure out how much you can put aside for your marketing campaign. I need for you to start playing around with those systems now. I need for you to start learning the level of your next language now. I helped a company to grow to 7 figures. And during that time, one of the things that I learned was they had a community of folks, and the community, they were Caucasians, the CEOs of this company. And they called their community a tribe. Tribe, a tribe. And it got to the point where we had hundreds of people in the workshop. And what we found out was that some of the Native Americans that showed up were offended by white people calling their community tribe. And so they sent in emails, oh, we're offended, you can't use the word tribe. Now, some of you would be like, I can use the word tribe. It's not just specific to you, but you're learning the level of your next language. You're learning about your systems and your copy and all that good stuff. Because here's the deal. You may make the decision and say, I'm going to keep on using it whether you like it or not. And then in the long run, it very well could cost you millions of dollars. Because cancel culture is very real. There's some people out there getting canceled over the craziest of stuff. As a CEO, you have to strategically make a decision. Or Or you can say, you know what, we're not going to use this word anymore because it's just causing too much issues. It's just it's messing with our message. And it's not that serious. We don't have to hang on to the word tribe. You have to make that decision. All right. So you're learning the level of your next language. And so for those of you that are like, listen, I want to grow my community. I want to get on stage. I want to start coaching clients now. And by the way, for those of you that do not know, coaching is a non-regulated industry. You do not have to have a certification to be a life coach. Today at 2 o'clock, if you want to say that you're a life coach, you can absolutely do it. A life coach, a health coach, a relationship coach, you are someone who pushes other people to be bigger than better. Now, if you start talking about working around with trauma, now you're messing around in the medical field. That right there requires licensure. But otherwise, you can be a coach. You can be a mentor. You can be a strategist. You can be an advocate, whatever moniker you want to use to say that you are someone who pushes other people to be bigger and better. You can do that right now. Chances are you're already doing it. Most of you already have friends who are calling you needing advice. You're coaching them. You're just not getting paid for it. You're giving your oil away for free. Is what you're doing. And the problem with that is when people don't pay, they do not pay attention. And when you charge, my loves, it's not about necessarily fattening your pockets. When people have skin in the game, when they're more invested in their journey, they tend to pay attention. They tend to follow through. And besides, you deserve to get paid. Like, you deserve to make money. You deserve to keep your lights on and feed your children. And money is what it takes to keep your business running. So yeah, you should attach a nice little investment to the services that you are already out there offering. All right, so we talked about the CRM system, the client relationship management system. I need for you to put on your calendar, if you don't have one, put on your calendar when you're going to have it. So you can spend 2 or 3 days investigating different systems if you like. 2 or 3 days looking at their trial offers if you like. Do that. But please get a CRM system. You need one. And please find one that's all inclusive. The next thing we talked about was your calendar system. We need for you to set that up. These are things that you can set up right now for free because most of the apps have free trial periods. Right? We need you to have a calendar system. Do you know with your Calendly, there are some options on there where people can get on your calendar for free. And then there's an options where you can create calendars in which people have to pay you $19, $47, $97, however much you want to charge them for an hour of your time. And you can mix it all up. And it's up to you which link that you give people. So my point is that you don't have to go and create a whole landing page, a whole website in order to start selling your services. Some of you can come right now and give this class better than I'm giving it. No doubt. It's in you. It is in you. But it doesn't make sense to have all of this potential and have poor results. Because you're sitting there with the potential, but you ain't doing nothing with it because you're not prepared. And one of the ways that you can be prepared is when somebody calls you and says, hey, I need for you to help me to set up X, Y, and Z, for you to send your Calendly link and for them to understand that your time is valuable, to put some oomph in the advice that you're going to give, and for them to pay you $47, $97, $1,000 for your advice, how much you want to charge. There's nothing wrong with that. You could even set it up as an accountability fee. Okay, I'm more than happy to assist you, but my time is precious. Here is my link. It's $97 to get on my schedule. If you show up, that money is automatically refunded to you, but if you don't, I keep the money. You can go in and play around with those systems that way. Because if you don't, my loves, eventually you will reach something called a resentment point. Who's ever heard of a resentment point? Some of you are pivoting right now in your businesses because you have reached a resentment point. Okay, thanks for being honest, Miracle. Your resentment point is the point in which you're fed up. And it's as simple as this. Some of you will start doing your services for free. You're giving away your services. And then you're going to get worn out and tired. Some of you are going to say, well, you know what? I feel comfortable charging $500 for my services. And you're going to do that comfortably for a while. But after a while, you're going to get so good because you've been just so repetitive with what it is that you're doing. you're going to get so good that eventually you're going to be like, all this work for just $500? I'm tired of just charging $500 when I know I'm worth more. And you're going to up the ante and you're going to charge $1,000, for example. And then maybe 6 months of charging 1,000, again, you're going to reach your resentment point again. And it will constantly keep shifting. And that's good. That's what you want to take place. All right. But I want you to have the systems in place that can support that, because in this knowledge based industry, you will constantly be reaching your resentment floor point. Right now, for some of you, the floor to work with you might be $97. For some of you, the floor just to get in and work with you might be 2K. That might be the floor. You may have other services, but the floor might be 2K. But eventually, as you get better, your resentment point will shift and your investment will go up. All right. So we talked about the calendar system, and then we talked about marketing. So with marketing, I want you to remember that the investment secures the results. Your organic or your free leads, that free marketing that you're doing, it will only take you so far. Eventually, you will need to invest in your baby. You're going to need to invest in your business. And so for you to even tinker around with $50 or $500 or $1,000, I tell you, my goal is to invest $20,000 a month in marketing alone. That is my goal. $20,000. You do the math. 17.5%, 20,000. How much am I making a month? So you are in control of your business trajectory is what I'm saying. Okay, listen, loves, I want to get you into a breakthrough room so that you can go in and connect with one another. Now, if you don't have your scheduling links just yet, that's fine. Use your social media handles or email address, because you are encouraged to network when you get in there. When you get into your breakthrough room, if you meet somebody that you really connect with, say, hey, listen, let's go in and talk about this later. Or when you get into the breakthrough rooms, and the breakthrough rooms are based on a theme. You may want to go into one room and talk about speaking ideas, another one, and talk about stages or how to create good content or gratitude or books or just networking. But when you get into the room, your objective is to either pour into the room if you know something about the subject, or to ask questions about the subject, and you can hop around. The rooms are open, love. Go ahead and take your mouse and self-select and jump into the rooms. And then in 20 minutes, I'll close the rooms out and you'll come back. But go ahead and start jumping into the rooms now. Remember, when you go into the rooms, don't hog the mic, and please stay on subject so that way you guys can get something that can help you in your business goals. If you need any assistance getting into the rooms, the only thing you have to do is say, Queen, put me in the speaking idea room. You can just unmute and say it, or you could type it in the chat. I got my eyes and ears open for both. Put me in the speaking and stage room, or the content creation room, or the gratitude room. Jakora is already in the gratitude room. You can put me in the book room, or you can put me in the networking room. It is completely up to you. Take your time and choose a room, or unmute, or type in the chat and tell me which room I can put you in if you don't see the options. I'm going to encourage you to make sure that you go in and build out your CRM, your client relationship management systems, to at least go ahead and get your scheduling software set up. And then also, I need for you to start tinkering around with some great marketing ideas and marketing avenues outside of just the free stuff, because the free stuff will only get you so far, my loves. Make sure that you turn all of these systems, if you don't have them already in place, make sure you turn them into a goal and put it on your calendar as well. Let's go ahead and get it done. Let's make sure that we're building a strong foundation, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want you guys to be in a position where opportunity is in front of you and you can't seize it because your systems are not set up. And these are some things that you could start doing with at least $50 or free, right? Okay, loves, let's get you out of here. For my first timers, thank you so much for showing up to play with us. For those of you that have returned or are always with us, I'm so grateful for you. Always grateful for the Tuesdays that we get to spend together. And just remember, everyone, my loves, as you go about your day, just keep in mind, never pass up the opportunity to take the mics. And so that is all what the keeping the extra oil, what that is about. All right, my loves, I will see you later. Have a beautiful day. I'm gonna go take some NyQuil or something and curl up in the corner. God, please heal me. I'm so tired of coughing and sneezing. Bye bye, my loves.
Thank you so much. I hope you feel better. And
Thank you,
Theraflu
Miracle.
sometimes works better for me than NyQuil.
The
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 Theraflu,
which one is Theraflu?
they have a syrup just like
Hmm.
NyQuil, and it's helped me a lot.
Okay,
So
I have to try